Whoa,
I'm a scientist.
I'm hearing back.
Is this more on number one?
Johnny.
Put more on number 2.
For me?
Yes.
Now, funny how? I mean, funny like
But I'm not looping it back.
I make you laugh? What do you mean funny? Funny how? How much funny?
I know that, dude.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Sure, monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Uh-oh! My heart just stopped! Ah, there it goes.
So this would be the part where you pretend that you hear crackling.
That's what I was going to do. I was actually going to induce crackling. I was going to do a fake needle drop.
Oh, that would have worked. That would have been nice.
I was going to do the fake needle drop, and then have people like tricked into thinking that this is the Dune and Bob Show.
Right.
Sunday, August 5th of the 2018.
We made it to August.
I think that's what it is.
Or as Damon would say, we made it to August.
August. As who would say?
August. Yeah, August. Remember?
I don't say August.
Well, no, that was Damon that would say August.
Oh, Damon
because he was
said-
making the mixtapes. Keep listening to these tapes and
we'll-
something August.
Why am I not showing up on there? That's odd. I'm not showing up on iVlog either.
Do you mean we're not streaming on the whole shopping network?
We may not be live. That's strange. I would hate to think that we're not live, but we are. Dune. Billions
Are
and
we
billions
live
are
anywhere?
sold. I don't know. I'm figuring it out.
I'm working on it, man.
I'm working on the live. No, we actually are. I think we're live. I think we are.
Okay. All right. So if we're live, then that means.
Well, the thing is, I don't see us listed, but you know what? Just because we're not listed on that one means we're listed on like 72 others. So that's okay.
You know, it's not. That's okay. No one listens to the show anyways. Even my own wife would rather listen to a podcast or something recorded long ago.
Yes.
That's apparently quite funny. Quite funny.
Hey, I just realized that somebody wrote in and said, "Dune and Bob, F yeah."
Oh,
that's what they
thank you.
said. Now I can't.
One lone person
one
left
lone
out
person. There. Yeah, ellipse triangle trap or something like that. Actually, you should be able to see it. There it is. There it is. You should be able to see it now.
I saw you point at something.
It's on the screen, Johnny, right above your head. See, there's actually there's actually letters there. You can't.
Oh, Dune and Bob live. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's coming in through YouTube.
That's coming from YouTube. There you go.
And you make those messages come up on the screen. What a world we live in.
It is. We can't make anything else work, but I can get things on the screen. By the way, you know, I got kicked off a service for having words on the screen. I don't think I told you that story. Isn't that
did you
funny?
have the wrong words on the screen?
Isn't that funny? No, I was. Let me. You know, I'm just gonna let this play because I like this song. It's a great song. Dune.
Yeah,
it's a great song.
I found a 45 of this last weekend, and I would have queued it up on the turntable if it were not 95 degrees upstairs.
Yeah, because it would go from this to
it would literally melt on the turntable.
That's true.
So I am broadcasting from the downstairs where we had the window air conditioning unit, and there's a nice, comfortable 75 degrees down here, as opposed to 95 degrees upstairs.
Yeah, what it is.
And you're never going to get gators to voluntarily go upstairs to 95 degrees for this show.
It's not going to happen. Johnny doesn't like me that much. He's like, I
like you, but more of a 75 degree type of like, not 95 degree.
Here we go. Hey, somebody writes in and says, "Hi, Dune. How you doing?" Dune's doing fine, man. It's actually working. It's not hot here.
You know, I'm trying to work out in my head.
Wasn't this a song in GTA Gran Turismo something, whatever? I'm thinking he's talking
Gran Turismo.
It's the game where you have to go and like steal cars and beat the crap out of people or something like that.
That would be Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo was just a racing game.
That was a car.
You buy your cars. You don't steal your cars and shoot people.
Like a sucker. You have to go and buy your cars. That's just horrible.
In Gran Turismo, I think you earn credits to buy cars as you evolve. Whereas in Grand Theft Auto, you go, hey, that's a nice looking car that just went by. Bam!
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. Hey, that's a cute girl standing out there in those big high-heeled shoes. Bam!
She's dead.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say that.
Well, no, actually, if you're smart, what you do is you go to the district where the women of the night hang out, you drive up, she gets in the car, you watch the animation of, pixels of sex happening, because it's not like there's, full-fledged porn online that you can watch.
Yes.
But then she takes your money and she leaves the car, and then you run her over and you take the money back.
There you go. Hey, but for the people that are on the audio stream, if you're wondering how come Johnny's fidelity is just so off the chart awesome, it's because he's practicing what it would be like to do the show live from a beach right now. Because that's what he looks like. You look like the old guy on the beach. You are you are kicked back in your pop shorts.
This is my dining room.
But you have the cooler with the beer on top.
Well, I don't have a table in here, so I have a cooler, and I have beanbag chairs. This is my dining room. Now, Dune, when you bought your first house, and you had your first wife, I assume,
yes,
would she have let you set up your dining room like this?
You know what? I think back then it probably wouldn't have mattered, because we didn't have that much either.
Oh, okay. See, this is what first house dining rooms are like.
The only thing I see in that picture that would not work out for me, by the way, is the beanbag chairs worry me. Only because I have dogs. And the thought of a dog going like, "Hey, I'm a dog. I'm bored. The people that own me are gone for the day. They're working so they can buy me food and toys and crap like that. I wonder what's inside this beanbag chair. What could possibly?
I bet you that's where they keep the bacon.
That could be it. All this time, if we
oh my God, I think it's bacon inside there.
You have that one dog trying to talk the other dog into it. Listen, do you know the bacon's not in there? Are you sure the bacon? I never thought about that.
You know it's great.
And you know what you find when you get home? Not bacon. That's what you find. That's what you find.
You find the aftermath of a science experiment that confirmed that there is no bacon in the chair. But there's a whole lot of something that was in the chair that is now all over.
You find out 100% not bacon in the chair.
100% not bacon.
That's right.
Well, no, this was cheap gaming seating, is what this was.
I like that. That works. It works. I mean, you got your spot. You got your wife's spot. You got a spot for a guest, possibly.
Yeah. Seth comes over. He can sit over here.
You got that covered. Now, I'm guessing, you have to be careful. You don't want to just flop down in those things, because then you might find out if there's bacon in there or not. Because I'm guessing they don't make those beanbag chairs like they used to.
I don't know. These were, what? The funny thing is it's hard to find a beanbag chair that's under $20. But apparently, Home Depot's online store had an overabundance of red beanbag chairs because they were really cheap and all the other colors were really not. So that's why they're red.
We'll close up on the beanbag chair so you can see. Now, and by the way, also, am I seeing this correctly? Do you have a bandero or thing of carrots across your chest, for lack of a better term?
Yes.
People, like you'd say Rambo might have, his 50 caliber shells across his chest. Johnny appears to have carrots.
Yes, a bandolier of carrots.
Yes.
And that is a Woot reference, actually.
Okay.
Because this is a Woot shirt. Well, how Woot has...
It shocks me that you're wearing a Woot shirt, by the way. I'm kidding.
But there's a reason I bought this Woot shirt.
I would say you're the only person that has possibly more Woot shirts than my wife. That's because I buy her Woot shirts all the time. I constantly do. Anything that has to do with teaching or reading or something like that, boom, instantaneous purchase.
You would buy a white shirt with plain black text that says "I am a teacher and I read," and there you go.
What? You know why? Because they don't have the one that says "I'm a teacher, F off." They don't have that one yet. They probably,
You'd buy that one.
I probably would buy that because I think there's times that she probably would like to wear that shirt.
Yeah,
I think she would.
No, well, Woot sometimes would put filters on their text to, and what's the most popular thing when it comes to Woot?
Oh, well, the Woot off, obviously.
But what's the most popular? What's the thing that everyone wants to buy from Woot?
Oh, the box of crap. I'm sorry.
The bag of crap.
The bag of crap or box of crap. Yeah, bag of crap.
So Woot would put filters on their posts to replace bag of crap with another phrase that has the initials BOC. And so there was a long period of time where anytime you typed in the words bag of crap on a post of Woot, it would replace it with bandolier of carrots. And so that kind of became a Woot saying, the bandolier of carrots. That was
That was their code word. Okay, I didn't realize. Listen, for the people out there that might be living under a rock that don't know what Woot is, Woot.com, WOOT. The original cool site ever that Amazon kind of uncooled. But
they're not as cool as they used to be.
I'm not going to be a hater. I'm not going to be.
They still have bags of crap every now and then, and they still sell stuff.
Well, here,
it's more like a normal online store.
Let's just do this. We'll just,
it used to be 1 item a day, then it was 2 items a day, and then it was like 3 items.
For the people that don't know,
hey, we have other things too.
To the Mac.
I mean, they still have their deal of the day, but then you scroll down, there's all kinds of other things you can buy.
Yeah,
and so it's more like a normal store now.
It's kind of turned into, for lack of a better term, I would say, what would we call it?
The online equivalent of a Dollar General?
Well, it's kind of like the clearinghouse for Amazon, since Amazon bought them out. Because you're right.
Yeah, which is not as cool as
it started out. Now, of course, the funny thing is I guess this is the, if you had to say what is the Woot of the day, this would be it. So right here is what it is. This would be the Woot of the day. And then you can go, well, then they have, they got the home and kitchen Woot, so you get the Dyson, cleaner.
They have the wine Woot, then they have the shirt Woot, then they have the home Woot, and the tech Woot.
And like today's shirt, and that was the whole thing is so here's today's Woot shirt, the Wonton Violence is what that is.
Wonton
violence. And then you got wontons, and this one's like bleeding or something, which is kind of oogie.
The filling is kind of coming out with the screaming.
So that's what that is for anyway. Well, anyway, Amazon has now purchased, and has for quite some time owned Woot. And, it's still kind of...
okay.
Is a plane taking off in your living room? Because that's kind of what it sounds like there. That's the one thing Johnny's wearing.
The air conditioning's running.
Well, Johnny's wearing a lapel mic, and it picks up strange things. Like if he moves, it goes. You have that. I can't really simulate it on my
I was
end,
expecting a lapel mic to be well adjusted to be a lapel mic, but oddly enough, they're not.
It's one of those things. Hey, by the way, if you'd like to call in, you can actually Skype in. The Skype is working, NHB Live for Skype, or you can call us on the Otelio phone. If you're really that, if you have one of those things that they still call I guess they still call these cell phones. They technically still have the phone part built into them.
Smartphones, iPhones, whatever. Androids.
I have to wonder. I still think that there was one time
brick that you stare at.
Yeah, I think there was one time that somebody was actually showing this to somebody in a boardroom. They said, "Holy crap, we forgot to put the phone in there." And it has to have happened. Anyway, 984-664-2723 or 984 NHB. No, wait, 9846 NHB radio. That's it. 9846, something like that. There's a 6 in there and a 9.
There's a 6 in there. Just keep dialing 6s until it goes through.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Don't dial 9 and then a bunch of 1s though, because you'll probably get a visit.
No, don't do. But unless you need,
to
dial 9 and a bunch of 1s,
then by all means.
And if you're in an office, dial a 9 before you dial the 9 and the bunch of 1s.
Yeah,
if you need it. That's
interesting because all the iterations of where I work of the different phone systems. Some you had to do the 9s. There were some of them you had to do an 8. For a while. Well, that really screws people up, isn't it?
Yeah,
you get
because
used
it's always 9.
You get used to dialing 9. Well, the really funny thing is there's people that were tech savvy like myself that had figured out how to get around things, like especially for speed dialing. So everything you dialed, you just threw a 9 in front of it. So all the good work you did to put all your phone numbers in there got screwed over when they took that option out. You just dial. I mean, it was so weird. It went to the okay, you don't have to dial 9 anymore. It was like the whole place erupts. Like, wait. How am I going to make a call if I don't dial 9 to get out? I don't see how this is going to work.
It's like you know what happened one time. I was setting up a fax machine in an office. I went to a remote location for my current job because their fax machine stopped working. And the reason the fax machine stopped working is because they completely changed the phone service that faxes would go through, and no one told the office about the changes or how they should send or receive faxes or actually wire things in. Like, we put a new line in. So, okay, that's great. Did you send anyone over to connect the fax machine to the new line you put in? Did you patch the new line in to the jack that the fax machine... And so no one could understand why faxing wasn't working. So I get over there, and I'm like, well, it's going through this phone line. It says there's no service. Well, we turned that phone line off. Oh, great. Well, we put 3 new lines in. Where are they? And so we were like calling people in, and the phone company comes in and says, well, your lines are fine, because they test the lines from the room. They don't actually care whether or not you have it patched into the fax machine. So it's this is the communication within the company I work for.
This is the world we live in sometimes. You're exactly right.
So I patched it in, and the fax machine was programmed to automatically put a 1 in front of things or something like that. And so I plugged, and it was automatically programmed to put a 9 and a 1 in front of things. All I had to do was plug in the area code and phone number, and I plugged in the 1 in the area code and the phone numbers. And so it dialed the auto 9, which it didn't need since it was an analog line now. It dialed the auto 1 for my convenience, and then dialed the 1 that I pushed in there. And at that point, it didn't matter that there was a bunch of other numbers it was programmed to dial.
Yes, it's always
And that's
fun.
how I accidentally faxed 911 and caused the police to come to the building.
Wow! Listen, I tell you what, as a special service announcement from the Dune and Bob Show to the world out there, I think I owe the world this one thing. This is today's learning moment on the Dune and Bob Show. If you have a business and you operate using a fax line, stop it now! No faxes. Turn the fax off. Do not use the fax. Stop using faxes. Stop.
I agree with you on that. There's one problem. There are customers that have not yet figured out this thing called electronic mail.
For those out there whose ears just blew up, I apologize.
No, this is true, because when I
stop using faxes, stop it. Stop it. Did I mention I said stop it? No, it's not.
Dude,
we enable it. We enable it.
You in the oil industry. Take a walk over to the customer service area of your office. Ask them if they can live without a fax machine.
See, you are doing this the way where you ask the question. Dune walks over there. I walk over there with my wire cutters in my hand.
No,
and then what I do is I leave with the fax machine in my arms with the wire hanging out of the wall where the fax machine used to be.
Let me tell you how fast the reactions are. As you're approaching your office with the fax machine and wires dragging behind you, the line of angry customer service reps with red faces has already queued up outside your office, demanding that you put that back.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, there's not a single person working there that wants to keep the fax. They don't keep the fax because they want to.
They have to.
Oh God, I hate that. It doesn't.
There are customers that will only accept their invoices.
Please stop.
Via fax.
If I say please stop using faxes. Stop. Just please stop.
Please. Well, here's the worst.
2 words. Email attachments.
Tharco had an automated fax system that you could, within the SAP system, plug in someone's fax number and have it automatically fax their, purchasing documents to them. Yes. But here's the problem. The problem is that you have people that are putting the fax numbers in the fax number fields, and people can be idiots. And idiots do things like put a phone number and a fax number field.
Now you're talking crazy talk. People can be idiots. I don't know if I follow this.
Well. I'm not saying that the people that work in customer service are idiots, but I am saying that at least one person that worked in customer service plugged in a phone number in a field that said fax number. Mm-hmm. By my definition, that qualifies as idiot.
Normally,
I don't know what your definitions are,
normally
but my definition...
Well, normally at the oil rig, what happens there is people that are working late, at night, because oil work, is all night long. They'll just put the wrong number in.
Oh,
so you don't go and harass a customer that buys oil from you. You harass some poor innocent little old lady who gets called every 5 minutes on the.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You saw where I'm going with this, because it'll if the auto dialer automates the fax sending and it doesn't get to send its fax.
Exactly.
It tries again in 5 minutes.
It tries again.
And it keeps trying
and again.
And
again.
And you.
Yes.
And then you get someone that's calling you, that calls saying, "Will you please stop calling me?" And then the answer is, "Well, we'll send them to the help desk, because if it's making noises, that's technology stuff. So help desk
has to take care of that. Yeah.
The only control I had over that, which technically fixed the problem, was you could set the number as a blocked number that your fax system is not allowed to call. So I don't know what was trying to get faxed there and who was trying to fax it, but it's not going to ring up the old lady at 2 a.m.
That's right. I tell you, it's crazy stuff, because in the area I was at, it was interesting because one of the phone lines that we had actually was like a really old fax number, like from 20 years ago, old fax number. And every once in a while that damn thing would ring, and you'd pick it up and it's like, oh my God. I got really good at transferring that thing over to a fax machine. Because if you're quick, if you catch it soon enough, you can transfer it to your own fax machine, and then I could figure out who it was, and then call them back and say, "Listen, dude, fix your stuff." But it doesn't always work. Well, here's the problem. It's not always stuff like that. I mean, I had completely forgotten about fax spam. That's still around.
Yeah.
That is still around.
The cruises.
My
God.
God.
Have won a free cruise.
The cruises, the best ones the ones I like the best, though, are the ones that they try to set up to make it look like it just got sent to the wrong person. Hey, Sandy, you got to see this cruise. It's got the little note written on it, from Marge.
Yeah.
Hey, Sandy, you got to see this. I got this cruise for half price. You should call this now. And you have to wonder. You have to wonder if somebody gets that. Just like they're like, they look around and go like, "Oh my God." I don't.
Well, I can let you in on some.
They wouldn't do it if it didn't work, Johnny. Is my point.
No.
That's what worries me. That's what worries me.
People are still buying cruises via fax. That's the scary thing.
Do people still weenie pills online too? I don't know if that's a thing anymore. I think Google's pretty much. I
saw an ad.
I think Gmail's pretty much wiped that out. So.
I saw an ad. It promised to increase the size. I sent in the payment. They sent me a ruler that the lines were centimeters, but it was labeled inches, and that was supposed to make me feel better, I guess.
It's funny. I was looking for this, but I almost clicked on this. And I think this one would have been better.
That would have worked. I
think this one works better. I do think that works better.
I think that does work better. That implies that there's something funny about that.
There's something
that
funny.
Might be the size of my penis.
I could have followed that. I could have followed that up with along with Johnny going, "What the?" at the same time, something like that.
But let me let you in on a little. This might be trade secret stuff. I don't know. So I was working at Tharco, and Tharco was acquired by some little old company that makes paper called Boise, and Boise decided, you know what? You're all cool people and all in the collections department, but collections people collect money in cash, and we want to collect the money in the cash. So you all go fuck yourselves.
It's a profit. We got this covered. It's a profit thing, Johnny. That's what it is. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to, when you said the F-bomb, I should have bleeped that out, but I didn't do it, so we're okay. Uh-oh. I have totally lost. Johnny has no sound. We have now found the Achilles heel to what happens when... Here, let me zoom in so you can see. We can watch Johnny struggle now. Now he's praying to the North God of I wish my stuff worked. There it is. Now he's back. Now he's back.
All you gotta do is turn it off and turn it back on.
Of course, you're a tech guy. You should know that. Hey, by the way, Iron Sheik is in the house. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
So Boise laid off the collections department, and only the collections supervisor or manager was left. He was a guy named Chuck, and he was a nice guy, friendly guy.
Well, his name's Chuck. They're supposed to be nice guys.
Yeah. Anyone whose name is Charles that goes by Chuck, probably a cool guy.
Probably. Sometimes. There's probably, there might be an example or two of some that are, but hey, you know what?
If he was not cool, he would have said, "Hi, I am Charles." But no, it's like, "Hey, I'm Chuck." That's cool. Yep. That's cool. I think he even he even gave me a free.
Oh, and there he goes again. And you need to restart it. So here we go. Let's zoom back in on Johnny while he fixes his stuff. He unplugs it. He turns it back off. He turns it back on.
This didn't happen last night. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I
might have to switch. Go ahead.
No, I just say, for whatever reason, this seems to. Maybe the battery is choking or something like that.
It is, the batteries that came with it. We only use it once for 3 hours. So,
there we go.
Anyways, so Chuck, So Chuck, since he was supervisor, he had his own direct fax number, which in our automated fax system was set.
Okay, John, this is not going to work. I mean, it literally sounds like you're clicking the thing off and going like, screw it. It's out of here. That's what's... Poor Johnny. You know what? I hope he didn't buy that on Woot. If he bought it on Woot, that's the problem. We can blame it. We can blame it on Woot. That's what it was. There we go. I heard a clunk. Yeah, poor Johnny. That's right. Poor Johnny. There he's back.
All right, let's try that. Let's try it with this. Let's try it with Kristen's mic.
There we go. Ooh.
Hey, listen.
Wow.
To me,
let's rumble. Let's. Mic. Oh, thanks. I'm being blamed again. I blame Dune. Everybody says.
Well, someone told me to turn the bass all the way up.
Ah. You know what? It could have been Mars. It could have been. It could have been Mars. I'm thinking. NHB. Hello, my friend. How is my?
Hello.
You know, I almost said how is my Mars, but that would have come off really weird and creepy.
How is the Great Red Planet?
Yes. How is? By the way, it's closer to us than ever, and you sound awesome.
Dude. All right, let's let him talk.
What? Am I close?
Yes, you're closest. You're close. You're very close.
Am I? Oh, I'm actually very far from my mic. I can move.
No. Mars is as close as it's ever been.
It is. It is very close. They actually had a, what was it? Was it like six planets aligned like last week or something?
Mm-hmm. Oh my!
And was one of them Pluto?
God, is that so loud?
Am I really loud?
Okay. No. It's John. There. No, it was Johnny. He was rustling.
Oh. I noticed he was a little today. I don't know. So,
okay.
It's these wireless mics. You'd think a wireless mic would be like set to handle wireless mic clip-on situations, but they're not.
They're not.
Oh. Well, did you churches or what'd you get?
The cheapest thing that Amazon can buy.
Oh, okay.
You know, I just realized something.
So Kobe?
Putting a picture of Mars up on the screen when bars is just a blue picture, doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, they're
just saying.
They're fifine, or fifine, or fifine, or
Let's see what Johnny's got there.
They're Fifi mics.
Fifis.
The Fifi mic. There we go.
Nice. Nice.
Fifine technology is what makes these quality mics that I think the batteries are dying, and I think I just gotta like replace the batteries every week. So Mars, good to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm alive.
Hi.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Great.
Well, we left you a voicemail.
Today?
Yesterday. Well, we left you several Skype voicemails.
I don't know. I'm using the new Skype, so if it shows me voicemails, it shows me voicemails. I mean, today I loaded up the new Skype and
that
it goes,
doesn't deliver your voicemails. It just deletes them automatically.
You know the funny thing is that here's the thing about it almost works with nothing. It's like right now for me to bring this picture up where it brings up the blue thing.
Yeah.
I actually had to do a hard capture of the screen, which was not going to make a lot of sense, but it won't. I can't capture it the way I used to. And it's like,
so Skype makes your screen hard, is what you're saying?
Skype makes my screen hard. Thank you, Johnny. Wow.
No, well, I don't know.
Iron Sheik is going like, I'm so glad I popped back in the room to hear about somebody's Skype making their screen hard.
Because we were gaming yesterday and we were playing Atari 2600 and no one was Skyping in, and I set up Skype to work. And so I was like, well, we should call Mars and leave him a message. And so I'm like leaving a message, and Kristen's like, well, I don't even know who we're leaving a message for. And I'm like, oh, it's Mars. And Kristen's like, dude, why don't you just tell him that you don't want him to talk, you don't want to talk to him anymore.
I didn't have Skype up yesterday.
That could be it. That's never stopped us from calling people, though. That's the funny thing about it.
No, that's never leaving messages. In fact, I left my first test message on the setup on your voicemail, and after I left the message, I realized the mic wasn't on, so I left you like 5 minutes of silence. There was great dialogue.
Did you Skype the right account?
It's called Sir Mars.
No, that's a different one. I changed my Skype a while ago. It's the one I'm using right now.
Oh,
well, it's still your now. Here's the $1 million question. Are you actually going to tell me what your current Skype account is?
Yeah, it's SI.
Yeah,
Isn't that how you pronounce that? SI.
Yeah.
There,
that's it.
May C.
There, it's on the
screen. To the contrary,
it's on the screen.
C.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's his new name.
Yeah.
Black.C.
Well, you know, I did a search for C, and the first thing that comes up is you have a contact named Sir Mars, which starts with C.
Well, it's C C spelled with an SI though. That's where they're throwing you.
This brings up AgroNet assistant at Zoom.ai.
That's it.
It basically tells.
I'm kidding.
No. These are all right. So Mars, how do I actually Skype you?
I'll DM you my info.
Ah, okay. That's nice.
I really hope it's not SI because everybody's gonna be calling him now because they're like.
So now that I got a mic that works,
they're like, dude, you're in the sky. I can see you. It's so awesome.
So now that I got a mic that works, let's finish up our story about Chuck. So Chuck had a direct a direct fax line that printed out on the printer that was in his office because he was important, doing all his collections and chasing down deadbeats.
Right.
And so
because deadbeats have faxes, so that's okay.
And they told him, well, we got rid of all your staff, but we need you to hang around for an extra month. So he hung around for an extra month because he needed the money. And then they told him, well, actually 2 weeks will do it, and tomorrow's your last day. And so his last day, he basically it's like, fuck you, Boise, but I still think the guys that I work with are cool. So he came by my desk, he said, hey, they haven't actually done anything to prepare for me not being here anymore. Faxes are still coming to my attention. And people
did you point to them and say,
ha ha? And I'm like, he's like, no, look it. They've not turned off my fax line. They've not redirected anything. They've not done. I'm like, okay, thank you, Chuck. I'll make sure that's taken care of. Translation, that sounds like someone else's problem, Chuck, but thank you for doing your due diligence. So I actually did reach out to someone and said, look it, Chuck's concerned that his fax line is still sending in faxes and no one's monitoring this. we got it covered.
We
Fast forward about a month later.
You always have that one guy that says, "Oh, we got this." I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I had something in my eye. I had a finger in my eye there for a second. Sorry.
About a month later, I walk by the office and I see like a stack of like 50 pages on the printer that have printed out in the past month, and they're all legitimate faxes of things relating to collections and things like that.
They're like, dear. Oh, actually, I should put this. I should do this right. Dear fax person, I have your money, but you won't accept it. F off.
Oh.
Something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. So that's and the sad thing is that's how layoffs work in a lot of companies. When a big company takes a small company and they start laying things off, they don't actually properly transition the knowledge and the roles that are going on. And there are people. It's the unknown unknowns. They don't know what they don't know, and they don't care that they don't know it. So they just cut them free and let the shit fall where it does.
Yeah, I think that was what the gangsters used to do. They go, "Hey, Chuck."
Well,
No faxes from Chuck no more, huh?
Gangsters
right.
have silencers?
Well, they do in some places.
No, but Chuck wasn't sending the faxes. Chuck was receiving the faxes.
Oh.
They need to go out and shoot the people that are deadbeats that are sending faxes to a collections department.
That's right. Yo, you got a fax? That's what they do. Or they take it one step further. They go, that didn't work? How about that?
See, I should have thought more like you, Dune. When Chuck came to me and said, I'm still getting faxes and no one has done anything, I should have said, I got this covered, Chuck, and grabbed the wire clippers and walked towards his office. And
you know what you should have done, though? You should have forwarded that phone so anytime somebody said a fax, the first thing it did when it picked up.
Hello, motherfucker.
That's what you should have done.
Oh, man, I wish I could have.
That would have. Well, actually, we're in a business. I'm sorry. I meant to play.
Hello, motherfucker.
There. That one's much better. That one's better.
So anyways, what's going on in the world of Hayward?
Yes.
It's 71 degrees right now. Nice day.
Hey, nobody likes you, man. Did I mention that?
It's wait, it cut out. How many degrees?
Yeah.
71.
Okay.
You're listening to Test Annual Mobile Radio Telephone.
Well, I actually was eating pretzels, so there you go.
71 effing degrees.
Yeah, well, 71, nice and sunny. I get the bay breeze, nice day.
What the fuck? There,
it's 75 degrees down here. It's 95 degrees upstairs. Which is why I am doing this show on my beanbag chair in the dining room.
Well, for the next 7 days, the high is 82.
Well, here's the thing, and I think we talked about this last time. The two places in California that I've been traveling to, one of them is cool like Mars, and the other one not cool like Mars.
Yeah, it's about 20 degrees warmer than it is here.
That's the difference. Like, just so you know, Johnny, to make you even happy, next time you talk to your co-host, his house cool like Mars.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's on the other side of the mountains in the valley, so it gets hotter there.
I think I told you the story.
The party house. No, the party house is cool.
The party house.
Yes,
we left.
Yeah.
One of the places I'm at is not too far from the party house in Monterey. 66 degrees at 3 p.m.
Have you found the party house yet?
3 p.m. Not as far as you know. 3 p.m. We drive.
And he may or may not have found the hidden key.
Actually, Brian may have left a list of to-dos for you to take care of while you're using the party house.
I got this. That works. This is not a problem.
So just bring your scaffolding with you.
Oh, that's like, hey, we got you. I got your list. There we go. If I get to it, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, you got to set up the beer keg first.
First thing is,
and then drink the beer.
Got to have some of that going on. A little bit of.
Wait, I'm sorry. My shirt's too short.
There's hardly ever any rain there, so it's not a problem.
No, you don't get rain.
We do a little lawn bowling, just in case, because that's always fun. But yeah, that's the whole thing. So 66 degrees at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I leave. we drive 2 hours away. 2 hours, and it's not 2 hours straight. It's 2 hours, California straight, which is all over the frickin' place. And
yeah,
it's 101.
Yep.
And that's the first thing that happens. I'm like, first of all, for God's sake, shut up! That was the first thing I said to the door, because I was like, I can't believe this. Can we not come here no more?
You drove 40 degrees.
I drove 40 degrees.
Yes,
I never thought
we
about
don't
that.
measure distance in feet or miles. We measure it in degrees of temperature that it changes.
Oh, jeez, that was brutal, man. I mean to tell you, I was just like, wow, that was nuts. But I guess it gets like that. I'm trying to read stuff in the chat room.
Coffee. Oh, that's right. I know you didn't get my voicemail, because if you had gotten the voicemail, you would have definitely called me back, because I was talking about the big Folgers truck that I was going to send your way, and I figured, Folgers is so cheap that
why
a truckload of Folgers delivered on your doorstep.
I was going to say, are you pissed off at Mars, Johnny? What the hell?
Why are you just
Well, he never returns my calls.
Seriously, do you hate the guy? I like Mars. I don't want you to make him mad.
I like Mars so much, I was going to buy him a whole free truckload of coffee. Sure, it's made by Folgers, but it's mountain grown and the flavor crystals.
Okay, listen, Johnny, you know what you need to do? Or Mars, you need to go find somebody with a Bud Light truck, have it parked in front of Johnny's house. That's what you need to do. All the free Bud Light he can ever want. That's exactly what he's going to get.
I found a better beer that sells cans and 30 packs. It's Genesee Cream Ale.
Oh no,
is
what
it is.
It's
beer on the side.
Oddly enough, you notice I'm not drinking a beer today. I've got to get back on my regiment.
Oddly enough, I got to go get a second beer. So I got to take the headphones off.
Oh God, Johnny, you're killing me with it.
Notice you had the Coke Zero last night.
But yes,
I was drinking Coke Zero, and what was it? Captain Morgan is what I was. That's what I was.
Oh, you had the Captain Morgan.
My God, is that holy crap? Is that loud? I'm gonna turn him down.
You gotta turn him down.
That Mike is a killer. But yeah, the captain, and I found out something that it hits me a little harder than beer does, because towards the end of the show, about 3 hours, I was literally in the phase.
You're going for the harder alcohol than just beer.
Yes, I have to realize now I have to back it off just a little bit. There, Johnny's back now with his beer.
Now, Gators, does that?
Oh, wait, hang on, he's there. Okay, now he has his headphones on.
Now, does that mic have a pop filter on it?
No.
Well, yeah, technically it has a little windscreen on it. I could take it off.
I think the pop filter is he doesn't do that. That's the pop filter.
I don't. I have a windscreen, not a pop filter.
Oh, you should get a little foamy thing to stick on there.
Yeah, big foamy thing.
He's popping.
No, it's not even that. It quiets it down a little bit. It would actually help with the
At least now we know which side his house is facing, because the sun is now beating through the window on his face.
Yes. I might need to close the blinds, actually.
Don't you have air conditioning? Don't you have 2 air conditioning units upstairs, the big one and the small one?
I have the big one downstairs and the small one upstairs in Kristen's room, because
Smart boy.
Oh man.
But I might buy a second unit for the upstairs at some point, but not this month.
You're gonna have to sooner or later. You're never gonna get it down to Mars temperature if you don't do that.
Well, the funny thing is, I have my window closed because I was cold. So.
Oh God.
The thing is that I don't occupy 2 floors at the same time. So why would I cool 2 spaces when I can only be in one of them at a time?
And if you did, I'd worry.
Well, the downside to that, though, is for an air conditioner to take over a room like that is very difficult once it's already got to stupid level of hot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a kind of a catch-22.
Well, that's why I've stuck with the downstairs, and I basically. I basically make sure that if I'm going to use the air conditioning that day, I start it in the morning before it warms up to keep it cool. And I'm in a point now where I've been letting the air conditioning run 24/7, but I set it to 75 overnight, and it runs very little overnight. and then I set it back down to like 72 in the.
It gets like 50 degrees at night. I ain't turned no air conditioner on. That's freaking cold.
Nobody likes. This is why I'm sending the guy.
Pharaoh's in the room.
Now you understand.
Well, here's the. You know what I didn't. I want to mention actually, since I got Mars here, he can kind of give me his opinion on this too. When was it last week? The station I've been doing my shows on Saturday, not the Heat FM, which is the audio portion, but on the video side, I was Variety Mix Radio was the name of the station I was doing. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, they had a run in. They must have had a run in or whatever. They got to where they didn't like using iVlog anymore. So they moved to a different video channel, which was called CamUp, CAMUP, CamUp. Uh-huh. And I have tried it before. I tried it maybe months back. I tried it, didn't really care for it. It's not very user friendly. Mm-hmm. Well, that's where they went, and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. So I go on there and I'm doing my show, and this is a couple Saturdays ago. I'm doing my show, and for the people that watch my show on Saturdays, I would put the chat window for iVlog on the screen along with the chat window, like here. If I say hello, on
hello
say on Twitch, you'll see it pops up there, and it pops up on the screen. It does the same thing on the 5-Hit Show. And it just happened that there was one night that I was, shockingly enough, there was people in both rooms and they were both talking, and we had chat going everywhere. And it was kind of fun. I'm having a good time. And then next thing I know, I realize I look over, and on that CamUp site, there's this big block of black or red text, all in caps. And I'm like, whoa, maybe I should read this. So I go over there, and it's a site admin that's over there, and it says that's not our chat on the screen. You need to remove it now. It's against our terms of service. And I'm like, fine. So I hit the button and turned it off. So now I got this dilemma. Now I've turned the chat off. I've been drinking, and I'm not in a good mood now. Dude made me miss the post on the next song. I was not happy. I was not happy. So after about 5 minutes, I neutered that stream, and I have not gone back. So unfortunately, because I love the guys at Variety Mix Radio, they're great people, but I don't dig that site. So unfortunately,
it is against the terms of service.
Their terms of service.
From chat rooms of another room on your screen.
Yes. Now here's the funny thing. Now, I don't know if you noticed when we were doing. They featured us a little bit ago, and there's like 70, 80 people. If you're being featured now. Granted, the 70 or 80 people, they're not all there. They're not there watching you. It's sort of like Stickcam was when you were featured. That's the landing page.
Yeah.
Where you go to. Well, let me see if I can bring this up so you can see this. I'm going to bring up the CamUp page on the web.
Okay.
So you can see it. I'll zoom it in. These are the counts for the shows.
0, 0, 0,
okay.
0.
4.
A few ones.
Let's add this up. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. 7. There are 7 people on this site. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Mars, did you get that? 7. 7.
Did you say 7?
I said 7.
Okay.
Have you ever given consideration to the fact that 7's a lucky number and 8 isn't?
Well,
so if you reach 7, do you really want to let that 8th person ruin what you got going for you?
Here's my thing. Here's the deal. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you have 7 people on here. Wouldn't you want, wouldn't you want poor Dune doing his show? Are you going to give Dune crap because he's got chat on his screen? And you have a site that is taking care of 7 people.
The thing is that this site has gone to painstaking lengths to find the last 7 people that haven't heard of iVlog, and you're going to ruin it for them. by telling them about it.
There we go. I was shocked. Listen, for the people, I mean, does anybody else have the same? I'm just, am I crazy here? I just thought to myself, I thought, I would think with 7 people.
Everyone else is crazy.
We're the
only normal ones.
That's it. That's exactly what it is. I'm just thinking a place that's growing like that would want people, to do a show on there. You would think. But I was
they want you to do a show there, but they want an exclusive deal.
That's it.
Has anybody heard of Cam Up, though? I've never heard of Cam Up.
Well, that's just
said something.
I heard of it about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you've heard of it now. That's right.
yeah, it's that site that has really shitty policies that I don't ever want to use. That's what I've heard about.
Well, the whole thing is, it's also. I mean, it has some positives to it because it was one of the first sites that I found, and that's kind of why I went to try it quite a while back. That uses HTML5. Is that right?
Oh.
5? Yeah. So you don't have to use Flash on their site. Mm-hmm. And so that was cool. I liked that.
That's nice.
But it wasn't very user friendly. You had to go and click the button to make it play. It doesn't just play automatically. I mean, there's a few things in there. I thought, but they have it. It's got some promise. But I was just like, dudes. I mean, I don't see how they could even afford to have the site with that few of people that are on there.
You know what? I'm keeping it simple because Dune, you're not the only one that's doing streaming on Saturday nights. Gators has gotten back in the Saturday night game.
Now we have Mars's attention.
And you know what? I did some soul searching and I looked over all the past co-hosts I had.
Yes,
and I found. Out of all the co-hosts I have ever had in my past broadcasting, there was one that stood out as my very favoritist co-host that was often easy to overlook. And of course, it was Trey Dog. No, it was...
Trey Dog!
That's if you wonder who's Trey Dog. No, Warhawk.
Trey Dog is actually. I started.
Warhawk, it's not GIMP. It's not GIMP, Warhawk.
No. It was not the GIMP, and it was not Pedge. It was sorry, Pedge. You're cool.
Although that would be a hell of a show today.
Pedge is the only co-host I've ever had that shit himself live during a show.
That's right.
And for that, he will always be second favorite. But no,
that's right. Exactly.
My favorite co-host of all time, of course, was my wonderful wife, Kristen.
Yes.
And good answer. Good answer.
That's right.
Yes. Well, and the reason that was a great answer is because I've been wanting to do a gaming-themed streaming show on Saturday nights. Kristen has been getting into doing gaming streams during the week and wants to do gaming streams.
Yeah, she does.
And so now every Saturday night we stream video games together. And we were going to call the show Marriage Consoling, as in console games. But when I did a search last night, I found out there was another couple that was already using that name. They haven't posted anything in over a year. But so if someone was using the name Marriage Consoling and haven't done anything for a year, does that leave the name up for grabs? Is that cool?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Hey, there's been people that have been typing in on the Facebook chat, and I'm sorry I haven't been seeing that. So,
let's catch up with that before we talk about last night's
they just
stream.
said hi guys. Teresa says hi guys. And I said hello, and then Steve from Ireland. How are you doing, Steve?
Hey, Ireland.
And Teresa writes, and she just breaks it right down. It's hot out here, and I'm fat.
Oh,
so that means she agrees.
Are those two statements connected? Has the heat contributed to the fat, or has the fat contributed to the heat?
No, I'm thinking the heat makes the fat suck more, is what that boils down to. That's what that does.
Well, you may as well just embrace it, and what do you got to lose? You may as well keep
and
drinking
believe
the cold beer then.
That's the whole reason for me having to get back.
Own it. Yeah.
Well,
that's what she's done. She owns it.
Here's the thing: 2 things. One, the pants have been getting too tight, but I've let myself gain back way too much weight, so that's why I'm getting back on the bandwagon. But my biggest, I tell you what, I think my biggest contributing factor that's made me want to do this is, man, it's the travel now. I don't fit on airplanes like I used to. And you don't think about that until you have to deal with it. Now, here's the thing. I think my reality slap was my next upcoming trip requires a 5.5 hour flight.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm like,
Where are you flying?
OMG. Do I know?
New York.
I'm going from coast to coast.
Yeah.
So it's a 5.5 hour flight.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
so,
Yeah, I know
so
the
you go
flight.
to California
Well,
and then you go to New York.
It depends on which way you're
Something
going,
like
but
that.
yeah, it's 5.5 hour one way and probably about 6 in the other way.
Yeah, it's a little faster one way than it. But I'm just
Yeah.
sitting there thinking to myself, oh my God.
They're not
You know,
like-
it's hard enough with a 3 hour flight.
Mhm.
But five, I was at
Welcome
5.5.
to my world of living in California with family in Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah, I got family in North Carolina, so what do you think?
Yes. That's
I'm used to that one too.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Welcome
Was,
to our world.
well, and,
Yeah,
and the
that's
whole
what a
thing is,
flight meant to be.
and it's not like it's not like since you have a 5.5 hour flight, we'll give you the special plane that's got bigger seats. No, it doesn't work that way.
No.
It's the same plane. They just put slightly a bit more fuel in it.
You need the economy plus.
get you
Seats
there.
are a little bit bigger.
That's right.
and they might, if they're feeling really generous, hand you the full unopened can with the cup.
What did I miss, Pharaoh? What did you talk about? I said hi to Pharaoh earlier, and he said something about his name. I just said hello. That's all I said.
You usually get
Okay.
the full can.
Unless
so-
there's,
I never get the-
So, so anyways, last
I haven't
night,
seen Pharaoh in a while. By
Chris
the way.
and I,
How you doing?
last night, Chris and I broke out the Atari 2600
Mm-hmm.
for a night of streaming, and we played Adventure.
Oh, that's a very good.
I gotta say,
I
gotta say,
it was interesting because they have.
it was interesting.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is, I had forgotten how hard watching you play that game. I don't
Yeah.
think I could do it.
Yeah,
It does not look easy. It does not look easy.
What?
it's
What-
predecessor to the class modern dungeon crawler.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mars.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is this is this in light of Ready Player One or no?
It's not in light of anything. It was in light of we're doing weekly gaming streams, and it's part of. I want to eventually work my way through streaming every Zelda game, and Adventure is often cited as like a predecessor or inspiration to Zelda. So I felt that was a good starting point into covering Zelda, is covering the before Zelda, when you had a dot that you walked around in a very generic maze with big giant ducks chasing after you. And trying to find a chalice.
Let me see if I can find. What was the name of that game again?
Adventure.
And it's Atari 2600, right?
Yes, I'm sure. And it also is the game that has the very first Easter egg, which involved getting into a area of a screen that is only accessible using the bridge object to pick up a single pixel object and carry it onto a screen, and then grab other two objects on the screen. Then you can walk through the wall and see the text that shows who the game was created by, which was like the guy could have gotten in trouble if he got caught slipping that into the game.
Here we go. So
But yeah,
here's the game here.
Yeah,
And
he's carrying the sword, and he's in the catacombs where you can only see so much ahead of you, and now there's the magnet, and now he's going back getting the white key, because the white key opens the white castle. Not to be
Remember this
confused with
game?
the burger joint.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were playing last night.
Now this,
And the
but
thing
the whole
is-
thing, it's hard for me to understand because I was watching and hearing you and your wife interact about this was amazing. Because you're like, oh, go there, you go to that one place and have to go to the one place. I'm like, oh my God, how do you know any of this?
We were catching on the more we played it.
Yeah.
We actually were.
Okay, so
because
now,
these
okay, what does he have?
screens
That's
loop
it's an
around a bit.
arrow. What is that? That's a
That
weapon,
is a
right?
sword.
That's a
If
sword.
you
That's
can
a
use
sword.
That to kill the,
Yeah.
Oh, then
use
here's
that
the
to-
killer duck.
See, he killed the killer duck with the
With the
because he's holding
sword.
the sword.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And now he's dropped the sword.
And that purple object lets you walk through walls, so and you can carry that around with you too.
Oh, okay.
And then the bat can go and steal items and fly away with it.
Which that would be
So he's using that.
The chalice is a bat, right?
No, the chalice is the goal of the game is to bring the chalice to the gold castle. So that's the object you're trying to find. So he found the chalice,
there we go.
and now he's trying to find his way back over there. Well, he's basically got to bring the bridge back so he can get out
Now,
of there.
according to this, this actually is supposed to have the. What does the Easter egg look like, by the way?
Well, there's a screen that basically says that the game was created by some guy named Warren, and that is the Easter egg. We actually did.
Let's see if we can
unlock the Easter egg in our stream.
Well, that's this particular video that's 10 minutes long that we're not going to watch the whole thing.
Okay. Well, yeah. Why don't we keep this on when we talk a little bit more? Because now he's going back for the sword.
Okay.
And he's leaving the chalice there because the chalice is what you need to beat the game, and that's the magnet, and the magnet will actually attract objects to it, and the bat is flying there. The bat just stole the gold key, which sucks because you need the gold key to open up the gold palace, but now the bat traded the gold key for the sword. See, I could actually follow this, and you're like, "What the hell?"
I have no idea what you're talking about. You've lost me.
Gold key opens up, so that's where you need to bring the chalice to beat the game. But to the right of that line is where the Easter egg is.
Mars, I'm thinking to myself, you're lucky you don't have much sight.
I played this back with my Atari 2600.
Because I am sending you the video feed of this if you're curious.
Well,
now the guy is
playing this game. So
the guy has grabbed the bat, which is also and the bat is carrying the sword.
Okay.
Because if the bat, you can hold on to the bat, and the bat can hold on to any object, which is really funny when you see the bat flying around and grabbing a dragon. And so
because that makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so now he got the bat. He got the bat to take the gold key and traded it for the sword.
You know what I like? If I turn this up, you can actually hear. That is, you can hear
quality.
Yes.
The quality sound.
Yes. There we go.
Yay.
And so now he's locked. I guess he's locked the bat in the gold castle or something. No, maybe he's not. I don't know what he's doing right now. But I saw the same video, and yes, he will unlock the Easter egg. And I'll give you the play-by-play because I know exactly what he's doing because I did this myself last night. And I don't have a huge history with this game. Last night was the first time I really seriously played this game. I've read about it. So he's got the black key, which you find in the catacombs there, and he's going to take this over through the blue maze to the Black Castle. And right there he's taken that path that I've taken many times last night. And you go there and you go straight up, and that will bring you up to the Black Castle. And I guess he's going in there because inside the Black Castle is where the pixel that you use to unlock the Easter egg is kept. But you need to have the bridge.
And now we have two ducks that are chasing the guy.
He's got two ducks after him. Yes,
that's right.
So he's going to go back.
Hey, the ducks! They don't play fair. They don't have to go through the maze, do they?
No, the ducks are allowed to go through walls. You're not. That's not very fair.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's hard to dodge the ducks. But I think in this playthrough, and I saw this one because I was doing research. He actually kills all the dragons, which is because you can kill all the dragons and then you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you do die, you can reset, and the dragons all come back to life, even if you killed any, and you come back to life, but the objects all stay where they were. So at least if you unlock a castle, it stays unlocked. So right now, he just totally killed that dragon with that. So that's two dragons dead. The green dragon's still alive, and he's carrying the sword up through the blue maze towards the Black Castle, because I believe the green dragon is still hanging out around there somewhere, and he's like, "Let's get this bitch."
That's right.
And there we go. He got it. So now all dragons are dead, and now he's going to go get the bridge because you need the bridge within the portion.
But you can't carry the bridge and the sword at the same time, can you?
No, you can't. You can't carry two objects at the same time, which is a challenge of this game.
So the duck just stays there in its dead state.
Right. It's dead until you reset.
Okay.
Which if you get killed by another dragon, you'd have to reset and all dragons come back to life. All right. So now, and there's the chalice, there's the white key and the sword, but he needs the bridge. He needs the bridge to get the Easter egg. And so he's thinking about that right now, I guess.
He's going like, damn, where'd I leave that freaking bridge? Because that's you know what? Maybe it's a scaffold. Maybe that's what it is. He has
a scaffold.
It's like a scaffold.
It's a scaffold.
It's like a scaffold. If a scaffold let you break the laws of physics, yes, it's like a scaffold.
It's just like a scaffold. Did the bat steal the scaffold?
The bat stole the scaffold.
Oh, damn it.
So that's one of the things in this game. Like, you're walking along, you got a plan, and all of a sudden this thing flies out and steals your thing.
So now you have to go find the thing.
Yeah.
So
because the bat can fly all through the walls. There's the bat flying around with it. And where'd it go? Yeah. This is a challenging game.
Okay, so now he's
one of the best ways is to get the bat to steal something else.
Oh, I see. So this is bait. He is now baiting himself with a key.
It's like, hey, I don't need this white key anymore. Come steal this because I don't fucking care about
it. So basically it's a trade-off. You're going to now swap this out. You're going to swap it.
Yeah, here. You can have this key and I can have the bridge.
So the going price for a scaffold is a key.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay, so now
he's taking the scaffold out of the catacombs here.
Okay.
And we're going to head back towards
past the duck and
into the blue maze, and
the bat stole the thing back. Bat's an asshole, isn't it? The bat is a complete ass. Hey, by the way, for the people tuning in, no, we're not playing this. This is a YouTube video. So
if you get a Periscope,
and I don't have rights to it, so I'm going to get busted all over my.
But you could have watched Kristen and I play this last night.
That's true.
And the flickering screens was making Kristen's migraine even worse. So
yeah, because that could only help with a migraine is to have flashing going on.
Yeah. Because when you get too many things on a screen, it flickers. So now we're going to the Black Castle with the bridge. So we got to go up and up there and over there, and we're going around there, and he's coming over there. And now this screen is the screen where there's this chamber in the bottom that you can only get to by going through the wall, and there's a pixel that he picked up. And you can't even see it right now, but he's holding the pixel.
I do. I can kind of see it on my screen because it's big enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it at times, and at other times you can't. And so it's this one single lone pixel that you need to bring to the right room, and that would be he's coming down and going out through the blue maze. This is the standard path to get out of the blue maze. So he comes down there and down to the left, and then go around, and go around, and back around.
Oh, I never thought about that.
I don't know.
Well, the bat is now flying around with a dead duck.
With a dead duck.
Yeah.
So all right. So the pixel's been dropped on that screen with the wall, and now we need to have two other objects on the screen at the same time. And now we got a dragon, and we got the gold key, and so now with the pixel and two other objects are on the screen, you can now walk through the wall. And there's the Easter egg.
And that's it.
Created by Warren Robinette.
There.
That is. And now he can go back and grab the chalice and go in the Gold Castle and beat the game.
There we go.
Because he set himself up to do that easily.
Yes.
There we go. Chalice. And Bat is out there waiting to steal the chalice. Chalice. Catacombs, and around and around and up. Now he makes this look easy. We spent like 2 hours doing this last night.
There we go. So that's what it builds up to.
That is how you know you've
once again. Yes.
So that is what you could have watched.
So there you go.
I do for like 2 hours last night.
So if you're wondering how it works, that's how that works. There we go.
Yeah. And that is the world's first Easter egg.
The world's first Easter egg.
Well,
awesome.
If you don't count real Easter eggs that are eggs
there's probably one or two of those been popping around. There you go.
But the world's first video game Easter egg.
Yep. So that'd be fun. Now my video on YouTube will get blocked because of that. Funny thing. I think the best blocking I ever had though, Johnny. Did you happen to catch? I think I sent you a link for it. Did you get the link I got for the song called Glocks and Shit?
Glocks and Shit?
Glocks and Shit.
What? I don't know that song.
It's don't Mars, don't make fun of me.
That is the type of song you would listen to.
There is a post-it note, dude. There is a post-it note.
I'm surprised you're not playing Glocks and Shit right now. To be honest.
I'm looking for it. Well, I think you'll understand why I'm not playing it.
Well, it's about 7 steps away, right?
No, I don't own a Glock. I don't like Glocks.
Okay.
Glocks to me, Glocks are shit. I don't like Glocks.
Oh,
I don't like Glocks.
So for you wouldn't play Glocks and shit because that's a redundant statement.
No, I'm gonna have to find it. How did I don't know if I tweeted it to you or
Dune
if
has lost his Glocks.
I've lost my Glocks and shit.
We called him, remember?
I've got to
find it.
I've got to find it.
Yeah, we put.
Well,
played it on the phone.
Yeah, because what the deal was is I actually wanted to. I wanted to make the song myself, and then I realized somebody else had already made it. Oh, where is it?
You want to make a song about Glocks and shit?
Yeah, it sounded like a great idea for a song.
And you got busted for Glocks and shit.
I got busted for Glocks and shit.
And now you can't even find it.
Now I can't find it
because it's been taken down.
Now I can't find it. Oh God, Johnny, you got to hear this song. How can I not find this song?
I think it was on
Is it a 12-tone
iTunes.
serialist composition by any chance?
It was what?
Was it a 12-tone serialist composition by any chance?
Did you find something?
No, I didn't. I was making a Milton Babbitt reference.
Well, that's funny you should mention that, Johnny. It's funny you should mention it. Oh my gosh. What happened to it? Mars, help me out here. You were here.
I was here.
You were here.
It was Warhawk. And Dune. We were doing a show.
Yes.
Because you had disappeared AFK.
You were gone.
You had gone AWOL, sir.
Yes.
So we didn't know.
Well, yes, that was because I was in Maine driving home. But which the next 2 weekends I'm probably going to be away.
No, that's Stewie with the thing that was last week.
Well, how did you find it before? Because I just searched Glocks and shit, and there's a lot of things about Glocks and a lot of things about shit.
Well,
that's no song.
People being
206 best Glocks and shit. Haha, images on Pinterest.
Oh my God! What? I know I sent this to you. I know I did. Oh, maybe it was a tweet.
You left me a voicemail.
No, maybe it was a tweet.
You left me a voicemail, but.
Yeah, you left me a voicemail.
Maybe it was a tweet that I sent.
But I don't think I can easily play the voicemail. I could play the voicemail on my speakerphone, and this mic would probably pick it up.
Let me see if I can find. No. Oh my God, I can't see. It's right there. There's the show I did.
All right, let's see what we got here. I have what?
Apparently
nothing.
I saved it.
Oh my God, it's been scrubbed. Glocks and shit has been scrubbed.
It's been scrubbed from my voicemail.
Did you find it on iTunes?
No, it was actually it wasn't iTunes. It was like a what's this?
You have one saved message. Saved message.
Okay. Now. Yeah. I want you to know that while you were gone, you've been replaced. Because the new hit song for the 5-hit was the Glocks and 5-hit. That's the new song. It was gonna be Glocks and shit, because somebody already had it. So I'd like you to do me a favor, please Google Glocks and shit, and explain to me who these people are, because you've stolen this song from them and then called it one of those guys that makes computer music or something. Right, Mars?
That is correct.
It was totally Mars' idea to call you, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Mars.
Yeah.
100% totally Mars' idea. He said, hey, I've got Johnny's number. Let's call Johnny. And here's the thing.
This sounds totally legit.
This is. Now, you've only told me to Google it. You've not actually sent me any information onto how to really find it.
I swear I actually sent you the link.
Maybe check your search history or your browser history from 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. How many weeks ago was this?
Oh my God!
I may have to go back to the videotape and check it out and see. So anyway, but you know the good thing is whatever service he has for telephone, it totally lets you give really, really long messages.
You've learned this trick from me, Dune.
I can do like a 45 minutes.
That I forgot that we were leaving a message?
You know what I can do? I never thought about this. If that's the case,
Just leave it on. And we're just talking.
No, I told her to leave it on. What I can also do is I can play a little bit of Glocks and shit for Johnny.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Johnny, this is good. This is Glocks and shit. Tell me this doesn't sound like one of your friends. This sounds like the Big Eyeball Dudes, totally. Dino Filippi. 2011.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that what it sounded like when you were playing
How
it?
long ago would that have been?
2 weeks ago.
Can you give me a date? What would be the date?
Alexa, what date was 2 weeks ago?
You know what? After I'm done with the message, you'll tell me what was left.
I can get
The 22nd, dude.
That's okay. I can handle that.
It's July 22nd, dude.
Okay.
Is the day.
That's okay.
July 22nd.
The Echo
July
gives me all the
22nd.
And by the
answers.
way, and just to run it down for you, we have another person who wants to be the official poll answer of the Dune and Bob Show. I need your opinion. But since you're not here, we can make the decision
Oh,
without you.
that's right. You had to pull the answers that day, too.
That's right. Okay.
I did.
Anyway,
I had pole dancers.
No, fun begins, except on Sundays.
Except on Sundays.
That's right. Yeah, wait, is he gone?
To replay this message, press 1. To delete, press 7. To save, press 9. For more options, press 6.
Oh, so it doesn't tell me when it was
Is
left,
this it? I may have found it. I found it.
Okay.
I have totally.
You found
I have
Glocks
totally.
and
I have.
shit.
I'm not into. I'm not. Whoa! What the hell?
Well, from the phone, playing back through the microphone.
No.
Over to you. It sounded great.
So here it is. This is Glocks and shit live on the Dune and Bob Show.
It's got a key. It's got a rhythm. It's got ambience.
Okay.
It sets a tone. Is this how you feel when you're holding a Glock?
I don't know. This is.
I mean,
I'm gonna get
emotion within you. Does this emotion equate to the same emotion as holding a Glock?
Well, I don't like Glocks, and I don't like this.
Dude, what about Glock shit?
And by the way, it's Glocks and the and sign, not and A and D. That was my problem.
This is a little more techno-y than the Resonance typically get, but it certainly is on the weird side.
Yes. So there we go for your listening pleasure at some other time.
I might have to send the link to Hardy Fox and see if he thinks it sounds like the Residents.
Well, I mean, this very Johnny-esque, though. I don't know. I'm thinking.
I don't know. I think we should ask Vamp to do a remix of it.
Well, I think that's what we did. We were going to call and ask Vamp to do it, but you know how that turns out sometimes.
Yeah, no, he doesn't remix anything.
He doesn't like that.
He doesn't do requests.
By the way, it's 107 beats per minute. It's in the F major. And the Gen
it sounds like F major. It's definitely a major key.
The Gen is electronica down tempo.
Electronica down tempo.
Yeah, that's what
I would have said electronica up tempo myself because up tempo's fast, right?
Well, I don't know. So anyway,
down tempo doesn't seem right for what this is.
Big finish. That's it. So
I like the ending.
Dino Felipe.
That's very Beatlesque at the ending there. You know, like I want you, she's so heavy type ending.
Yeah, so there you go. Glocks and shit. Without the and. It's
Glocks ampersand shit.
No, and.
No, it's an ampersand because you said it's a symbol, not the word, right?
Oh, now you're getting fancy on me.
Well, no, because that was the whole reason why you weren't finding it in your search, was that you were typing out and
we ran half the people out of the room, by the way. Glocks and shit is not a huge hit on.
Well, you know what? If we start playing actual Residents music, we might get them back.
Let's not try that. Let's let.
You know what? I know Mars's favorite song is Constantinople by the Residents. Isn't that right, Mars?
I am thinking what we can.
I like the They Might Be Giants version better, but you know.
Did they do a remake of that song?
Well, the two different songs with the same name, but Anyways, because one is Istanbul, not Constantinople, and the other one is Here I Come, Constantinople. Here, so they're different melodies, mostly different lyrics, one word in common.
The funny thing, I typed in the and RES, and I come up with the Resistance. That's not that's not the people.
A little different.
That's a little different.
There might be an eyeball guy in the Resistance. I don't know.
I came up with The Resident, but it's a Fox TV show. That's not it.
No, that's not right at all.
That wouldn't be it.
They're probably better.
Hey.
What?
Oh! You know what?
Hardy's my friend.
They exist. They do exist on Spotify.
Mm-hmm. They do.
The Residents.
And Live and Large, they have Mars' song. In full fidelity. And we lost Mars. Oh, we broke Mars.
We gotta call back.
Mars.
Now.
I'm so sorry.
Well, now you gotta find the.
I'm so sorry.
You gotta make it up to Mars by bringing up the It Might Be Giants version of Constantinople now.
Oh gosh, I feel so terrible now.
I guess it's like Audio Clowns.
I guess he's not gonna. Oh, he's mad. He's not even gonna let us give him a message. Oh, I feel horrible. I feel horrible now.
You know what?
Mars.
What? We can leave him a message.
Mars.
All right. Here's what you do. I'm gonna get you his number.
I feel bad. I was gonna make this right, Johnny.
All right, you got the They Might Be Giants version?
No, I was gonna do. I was gonna go one better. I was gonna go. Absolute. This is. Oh, if you want to get Mars in a happy mood. Oh, you break out level 42. Are you kidding me?
Well, hang on. We'll leave him a voicemail.
Oh, here he is. Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, is this better?
There's a problem.
This is better, right?
When you close Skype for Windows, the new Windows 10 version,
yes,
it still rings when somebody calls you. Now the problem is the app isn't opening there, so I'm like, how the hell do I answer something that isn't there?
So it rings, but there's no.
So you didn't just hang up on me. You hung up and closed Skype.
Well, yes.
But Mars, is this better? You can't be mad and listen to this song.
Yeah.
You cannot be mad and listen to level 42. It's like a law.
I know.
There we go.
But, yeah. See, I really enjoyed listening to. I enjoyed Periscope last night because I watched it on my Apple TV, and I just have it on the background.
I'm really surprised that worked. Oh, by the way, you know what? I think if memory serves, we're live on Periscope right now.
Yes, we are right now. We're live on Periscope.
We are live on Johnny. I forgot to tell Johnny about that.
Johnny, we're on
live on everything.
We're live on everything. Home Shopping Network and Periscope
and QVC
and QVC.
QVC's on over the air and not just cable. I found that out.
And
no, no, I get both Home Shopping Network and QVC on my end.
I get
put
my two Home Shopping channels, QVC, and everything else. I'm like, oh my god.
When you own a home, it's like, oh my god, I could put a powered antenna in the attic and get in a bunch of free TV.
Wow,
it's the simple things in life, home ownership.
It is.
I have my antenna on my wall. I still get 104 channels.
You don't do it like you don't do it venison style and steal somebody's cable? Or,
no, why would I do that? I'm not going to steal someone's cable.
Hey, speaking of which,
that's it.
On a serious note, is Venison doing okay? Because he hasn't been on.
I'm kind of worried about him. He moved to his apartment.
We haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
He did a show. July 20 something or other. Yeah, I'm worried.
I am worried because
I can't do much, but I am worried.
He moved to his apartment, which he said had awesome internet, and that was the last thing I heard.
Oh, he did get an apartment.
He did have an apartment,
that's what we heard, but then we haven't heard from him. So it's like, does he have the apartment and the awesome internet went away, or
I have a feeling he's
or is the awesome internet still there and he went away?
Well,
let's hope that's not the case.
Or
did the laptop I gave him died?
No, there wasn't that. It wasn't just that.
Well, here's the interesting thing: is I was listening to I think it was Friday. I had caught part of what are the guys on TBRN? Mars, help me out.
The Digital Domain
they were on Friday, and Johnny, they get very geeky into audio stuff, which I don't really.
I should listen to them.
You'd like it because they get really geeky into audio stuff. That's stuff that But one of the things they got to talking about was Venison, because I didn't realize they were the ones that actually bought him the mixer he has now. That he's still never used because he can't figure out Windows 7.
No,
it's just too freaking complicated.
And you can't use Windows XP with that mixer.
And he was like, they were like, we've tried to help him out. He said he won't do what we tell him to, and they're just basically throwing in the towel. It's like poor Venison.
Yeah.
I mean, I got him on the Windows 7, so yes. I did get him into the world of Windows 7, which was the best I could do.
Gators. You know the laptop you gave him that had Windows 7 on it?
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it.
He didn't like it. Didn't work for him, so I went to the other laptop that had XP on it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he put XP on it. Johnny was.
He always had that other one aside
Johnny was going to flip.
Stream on it because it would crash every time.
That's
what he said. Well, the problem is he put so much crap on his computer that's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to use this much memory because it's all full because you have so much crap on you. Enjoy.
You know what? He could wipe the drive and install XP onto that laptop I gave him, and it would still be better than the old one he has.
Yeah, don't encourage it. Oop, wrong button.
Actually,
sorry. There we go.
Can't. He needs a Windows 7 machine for that mixer. It won't run with XP for some reason.
So he's using the XP machine for comfort and the 7 machine for essentials.
Probably porn, but I'm not sure.
Isn't that nice?
No,
I don't know.
XP machine's probably where he's using the porn.
Well, actually, he's probably not using it at all right now because if he's gone to the apartment and there's no internet, he's not doing much. But yeah, I'm worried. I haven't heard anything, so.
You know, he could.
I don't think I have his phone number anymore. He
could put a virtual XP machine on the Windows 7 machine so that if he wants to open up a window that looks more familiar.
I think now you're going to open a bag of worms you don't even want to get into.
Do you really want to teach Venison about
I just can't even imagine.
Because he is going to install Windows 98 SE on that virtual machine.
If you let him do it, right? You know he'd do it. He'd so do it in a heartbeat.
Hey, Mars, you know who Steve Guttenberg is, right?
Yes, I do.
The
he is an audiophile. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have totally been trolling him on Twitter.
That just doesn't sound crappy at all, or creepy.
No. Well, here's the thing, because he started it. He started it.
Of course he started it, Gators. Of course he started it.
He started it.
He's one of these anti-surround sound,
He called up Johnny. He's mad now.
He likes the surround sound. What are you talking about? He's just an audiophile.
He likes surround sound for movies, but for music, not really.
Not so much,
he has numerous times over the years made disparaging comments about surround sound for music and dismissed it as not worthwhile. And every time he does, I call him out about it with the hashtag Quad for Life. And he recently posted, he started a YouTube channel, which is great because he got this old guy with long hair that every video starts with his hand reached out behind the camera, that started the camera, it goes back and goes, hey, I'm the audiophiliac, Steve Guttenberg. And then he rambles on about something with no real point and then says, well, I don't know, tell me what you think, leave a comment. And then he reaches his hand out behind the camera and the video stops. It's the only thing that's missing is him chasing everyone off of his YouTube lawn before he turns the camera off. It's the greatest YouTube channel ever. That is a complete waste of time. And so he recently actually did one of his pointless ramblings about. This microphone is starting to cut out. He did one of his ramblings.
I got to ask you a question though. While you're saying that,
okay,
is this
Yeah.
This is not the guy you're thinking of, right? This is the
He's from
dude.
CNET.
This is him?
Let me go over.
Steve Gutenberg is on CNET.
No, not that guy. Not that guy.
That's
not
his
that
name,
guy,
though.
Not that guy. But that's Gutenberg. I'm talking about Gutenberg.
Oh, I thought all this time I thought you were talking about the dude that was on.
No.
Not this guy.
Search audiophiliac with a PH.
That sounds kind of
That guy. See the guy next to the speaker?
This guy?
That guy. This is the guy I'm trolling on Twitter.
Oh, he looks like a complete tool.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy, though.
He has tool written all over him. He does. I should just write it. Tool. TOOL.
So me and another. So I started trolling him on Twitter, and another guy that's big on surround sound has joined on to my tweets, and we're both like trolling him about like quad and surround sound. And I've actually reached it to the point where I've challenged him to let me send him a disc of some highlights of the best quad and surround sound mixes for him to listen to and review. And he came back and he said, "Well, I don't really have a surround setup. I hardly ever have a chance to listen to surround, so it might be a while." I replied back and said, "That doesn't sound like a no to me. So should I get a disc ready for you?"
I'm sure. Is he still working at CNET? I'm sure they have something set up for him.
I don't know if you want to tick off a guy that looks like this.
No, I do.
So here to the Mac. Here we go. Here's the page. Here's his page, stereo file.
No, yeah, find his YouTube channel and just bring up any video of his.
Well, you're already making it. I mean, for one thing, he has one word that's already pissing you off, and that's stereo. He's obviously only half a man in Johnny's world.
Yes, you're catching on.
There we go. For lack of a better term. I guess we should have to hear this man talk is what we want to see here. Here we go.
Yes. You have to hear him talk because
let's see if we can find what video would piss Johnny off the least.
For YouTube.
Let's go this one here. We'll see.
No, this isn't right. This isn't his channel. This is Stereophile's channel.
Oh, I thought that was his channel. Oh, this is not his channel.
No. This is the channel of the magazine he reviews on.
Oh, I see.
No.
Well, it looks
Find
like
Audiophiliac on YouTube.
It appeared
2 years ago. It's a
here's the guy though. But this isn't his channel.
It's
Someone else is actually producing it. He's just talking. His videos are much lower quality.
In Minnesota.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
You got to find the Audiophiliac channel. Is what you need to find. AUDIOPHILIAC.
All one word.
All one word. Audiophiliac.
HIL.
You know, it sounds kind of sexual, but it isn't.
Oh God. Well, with that guy got, I hope not. You know what? I've got to bring this up here.
You've got to bring this up.
Listen.
Yes, that's the guy.
How many years ago was this picture when he had color in his hair?
Yeah, that's a pretty old picture.
It was probably in the 90s when he was on CNET. I bet.
It's still not a good picture.
Hey, friends, Steve Guttenberg here, and I am the Audiophiliac. What are you watching right now?
Hey,
this is called the Audiophiliac Daily Show. It's an offshoot, a spin-off.
I just don't like him now.
Yeah, you can see what I mean.
Know the guy.
I do not. This is why I'm trolling this guy on Twitter.
Years now. It's at cnet.com.
You know, I don't know if you want to actually say that you're trolling somebody on Twitter when you're really trolling somebody on Twitter.
Reviews, music reviews.
I want the world to know I am trolling this dude on Twitter.
Well, you know what?
I'm going to make him sit there.
Hey, friends, my name is Steve Guttenberg, and I am the Audiophiliac. And I was talking to my friend Barry.
I see now why you don't like this. I realize now. Where is it? Where he's actually talking about reel-to-reels here.
You know what my thing is?
But not quad reel-to-reels.
Oh, I see.
But hey, I've owned my share of reel-to-reels. I had
the quad bit he did was recent, so you might be able to find that one. But he starts one every video with, "Hey, I am the Audiophiliac."
That's right. Well, I mean,
he does that. Hey,
that's kind of what you are.
It's really great to see you.
He's got speakers here.
Hey, friends, my name is Steve Guttenberg, and I am the Audiophiliac. I'm going to do a real quick episode today.
You know, we could help this guy out if we could just say, you know, what you need to do is record that, pre-record that.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to do it every time you pop into a different one.
Well, that would involve
let's see if this one's different.
Hello,
video.
friends. My name is Steve
Oh, he went
Guttenberg,
off script. He totally went off script there.
Hello, friends. My
what's
name
with that
is Steve
shirt?
Guttenberg, and I am the Audiophiliac. This is the Audiophiliac Daily Show.
That is such a weed. That shirt just screams, I just smoked a big fatty. That is exactly what it just does. I could be wrong here.
No, I'm not sure. You're right. I think this guy smokes a bowl a day. Now,
here, you want to know, this is what proves it. I tell you what, because, every once in a while, you can have things that just fall into place. I clicked on this cat's video. One of the things that comes up, Chris Farley, David Spade. That right there.
With that.
Well, this is not Chris Farley nor David Spade.
Your home air filter, or
This is totally not.
Whatever you call it.
Let's just skip that ad.
Chris Farley and David Spade had a
there we go. So if you're on the Audiophiliac station, this is what you get sent to.
This is what you'd rather be watching.
That's right.
People that actually have talent.
Which is back before Jay Leno had $8 bazillion. He only had $3 bazillion.
He only had
That's right. Or you know what? This one here. This one here. There we go. That happened.
Oh, there we go. No respect.
That's
no
right.
Respect.
So there you go. Still off the same thing. Straight from to let's see, Eddie Murphy on Johnny Carson. There we go.
So now you've ended up on Johnny Carson. So how have we gone from Steve Guttenberg, the Audiophiliac, to Johnny Carson,
to
King of Late Night,
to a Ron Howard interview?
No, when I was in
on
college,
Letterman.
I went to USC Film School.
Oh, here we go. This is it. This is the. Oh, here's the capper. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
That's what he ends up with.
He's that scary buff, though. He scares me.
You know what? This makes sense because Steve Guttenberg is to audio what Carrot Top is to comedy.
That's.
I think that works.
Okay. I have to pause this for a second, and I got to bring Johnny up on the big screen because Johnny has to say this to God and everybody here. Can you say that one more time, please?
Steve Guttenberg is to audio what Carrot Top is to comedy.
There we go. There we go. Wow. Mars.
And before you send the hate mail, I do laugh at Carrot Top.
Can you guess what Johnny's next tweet to Mr. Guttenberg is going to be? Can you even?
Steve Guttenberg?
Yeah,
Guttenberg, he'd say, yes, I am wearing a bandolier of carrots.
That's right. Says the man with the bandolier of carrots.
I'm not sending that tweet because although I'm trolling him, I'm not being mean, and I want him to actually take me up on my offer.
Oh, there we go. Well, that's good.
So,
that's good.
I'm trolling him in a polite way.
I'm
being a bit trollish, but I'm not being mean or hateful or malicious.
No, obviously the guy knows what he's. I mean, he has skill. Listen, if he's possibly listening to us, we apologize because we're. You know what? He's probably going to get monetized off of this anyway, because since we played that.
Yes, the awesome thing is all the stuff he does, review audio equipment and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
He gets paid for it. That's what's awesome.
You know what though? Because I'll have to get now that I'll have to go and watch some of his stuff because my favorite audiophile guy is the dude that fixes all the old equipment. That's the dude I like. That's the one I like to watch. The one that
which one? There's
he buys like stuff that Johnny likes.
It's not 8-Bit Guy, right?
I got something in my basement for him.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. That I can't think of that cat's name.
No, I don't.
I can't. Oh, what's the name of it? It's.
There's a couple guys I watch. I mean, like he fixes Commodores. He does a bunch of stuff that.
And restores stuff like that. And I can't think of what that cat's name is. But he bought like the big the thing that Johnny likes that plays the multi tapes for the the old style department stores, that kind of thing. He had
like the custom music or Seaberg type.
Yes,
stuff,
he had some of that stuff that he played and all that.
Background music systems.
That kind of fun. That kind of fun stuff that only Johnny would have. There you go. That is so fun.
No, I'm not the only one.
Carrot Top.
But
wow. Yeah, Carrot Top is he's all like.
Dude, he's crazy buff. He's scary now.
He's like, I must break you.
I know, he's scary looking, isn't he?
He is. I mean, he's got.
Dude, he used to be really cool back in the 90s, and then he disappeared for a little while, and he came back. You're like, damn, what happened?
Well, I guess he's still around. I would assume, right?
Oh, he's still around.
I mean, I don't know if I've actually seen him. You know, who I haven't seen in a while is Danny Bonaducci. I think I don't know if he's still. I used to watch him when he did his smoke break all the time. I'm not sure if he still does that anymore. Is he alive still? I think so. I have to see now. I don't. Who in the hell is this guy? This is frightening. Who? Let me bring this up here. This is from.
Name nice and neat in the little white space along with
America's Got Talent.
White space so everyone can see it. It's it, Heidi. Perfect.
What's
that, Davy Jones? What's going on?
Oh, it's Piff the Dragon.
Oh, you know who this cat is?
All right, Heidi.
Yeah, because he was on the
Ladies and gentlemen, my prediction: the Seven of Spades.
He's actually a big deal.
So
in the
basically,
world of
Heidi
magic.
was wrong.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I need to blow my nose.
But don't worry,
Maybe I should turn the mic off for that.
It would look a bit like this.
Thank you.
Yeah, that might be nice.
Thank you, battery.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and
so there we go. We'll
pop this off for a moment.
Well, here, let me turn this off. We don't want to hear the. Oh my God, that's annoying.
You know, you sir are not going to have you're not going to have replays of this show today. You know that, right?
I might as well just make it block it completely. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously. Oh yeah, this show is going to be blocked in so many. This is like they're going to say this show is only legal in the state of North Dakota, or something like that.
North Dakota?
I don't know why I would say that, but maybe it could be.
I mean, Gators got blocked from Germany before. So.
Oh, Big Moose says yes. Danny Bonaducci is still alive. I think he's still alive. Does he still do smoke break like he used to? Is what it was called. I think is what it was called. Johnny, are you watching something now? I'm hearing.
No, I'm just chilling.
Oh, okay.
In the
you're Johnny's cajilling. There we go.
Yeah. Well, I was looking up at the TV that's in my dining room, and I was catching a reflection. Kristen's gaming that's going on in the high def TV in the living room behind me, and so I was kind of watching all the blood splattering and all that. No. Let me pay back attention.
Nice calming video game.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. Bonaducci. Oh, actually, this is my all-time favorite though. If I have to, this is what made me want to watch Danny Bonaducci. Was this right here?
Who's booing?
This was it here. I don't know if Johnny's seen this or not.
Are you guys really booing?
This is Johnny, that Johnny Fairplay guy. Is a complete and total waste of whatever you want to call it. And then here's my man.
They're booing because they hate you. That's a good thing, right?
There we go. Now, see, he could have just left well enough alone, but no, he can't do that. He has to. Yeah, let's see how well this works out for him. Yes, because Danny Bonaducci is not somebody to screw with. He's also a tough guy.
Please do not hump the Danny Bonaducci.
Yes, yeah, you probably wouldn't want to do that. So there you go. But that right there, I didn't know he was doing radio. I didn't know any of that stuff, and I started watching a lot of his stuff after that. And it was very cool, and so there you go. That was the first thing. And I must have missed something here. I just saw a bunch of G's in a room, and the dude's gone.
A bunch of G's?
Yeah.
G's or cheese?
No, G's. Somebody, a rogue guest came popping in the room. Must have been typing something, and then
Like the letter G or a bunch of G-E-E-E-E-Z.
Oh, not that. Yeah, G's. Different kind of G's. But that happened. Oh, you spam.
Well, there's a sandwich place called Big G's in Winslow, Maine.
Really? What does Big G's have if I went there? What kind of stuff we talking about?
Well, are you going there for breakfast or are you going there for lunch?
It's your story, Johnny. I don't care which. You tell me. Let's do.
All right. Well,
let's start off with lunch. How about that? And then we'll see.
All right. Big sandwiches. Like they bake these huge ass loaves of bread. That a full sandwich is like you eat half the sandwich.
You've got my dog's attention. Hey, by the way, Lars is in the room. How you doing, Lars? And then Big Moose came in. I just said hi to Big Moose.
Now, anyone that makes big ass bread, though,
yes,
you go there for breakfast, you get big ass French toast.
Okay, so this is like a win-win that I can't eat, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. I mean, you only need one slice of French toast because it's a big ass slice of French toast, and you can get that topped with blueberries and whipped cream, and you best believe that's real maple syrup that they got in those junks there on the table.
Well, I have to think now. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you guys, since you Johnny, a former Cali resident, and then we got Mars that's currently in Cali. Black Bear Diner.
I love it. I have one right next to me.
Is that not the most awesome place ever?
Let me tell you a story.
For over bigness of everything, the Black Bear Diner.
Their slow cooked pot roast is amazing.
Yes.
Dude, let me tell you something. Are you
going to don't diss on Black Bear? You're not going to diss.
I'm not going to diss. Well, first I'm going to tell you something, and then I'm going to diss on it. All right. Number one, next time you fly out to Cali,
yes,
go pick up Mars. He's within walking distance of a Black Bear Diner.
Okay, yeah. This is a done deal.
And you can both go there together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can go get a cup of coffee at the coffee shop that's just across the way there.
Yeah.
Afterwards, and hang out there and have a good old time. I'm telling you, you need to go hang out in Mars when you get out to Cali.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's Black Bear Diner right there. Now that Black Bear Diner.
So here we go.
Most of the times I've gone there, it's been good. There was one time though, and I always get the big chicken fried steak. Mm-hmm. And we go there, and I think it was for Kristen's birthday because
it was for Kristen's birthday. Mars.
And listen, for the people out there, when Johnny says big chicken fried steak, we're talking like turkey platter, Thanksgiving sized chicken fried steak.
They consider this place a place that serves home cooking.
Yes.
Yeah. So we picked up Mars and we drove out to Red Robin, and then we found out that the Red Robin closed up shop and went out of business at that location. and then the next nearest Red Robin was in the opposite direction. We would have had to go into Dublin Pleasanton, and we didn't feel like driving out to Dublin Pleasanton at that point because we were hungry. So we'll just go to the Black Bear Diner and I'll get me a big fat fucking chicken fried steak.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went there. And they seated us, and I think 5 people took our drink orders. And
oh yes, that's right.
Whoa! 5 people took your drink orders.
We had a lot of waitresses. We had someone different every time they came to our table.
There was a little bit of confusion whose zone we were sitting in. So everyone kept on coming to try to take our order. Well, we already gave our order. Oh, we'll check on that. And then someone else came out. Oh, well, we already gave our order, and someone else already checked on that. Well, I'll check on that. That's great. So we had like a rotation of 5 different servers. And she ordered like this apple turnover ice cream dessert thing, which was obviously heated in a microwave because it was hot on the outside and cold on the inside. And I don't mean where the ice cream was on it. And we're sitting there, and the chicken fried steak had landed funny, and a rumbling started erupting from within me. And once again, this is one of those rare stories where Gators is desperate enough to make use of the public facilities. And luckily, there was no old dude outside staring at me through the crack
you dropped
in the door.
a deuce in the Black Bear Diner. No, that's not good.
Dropped a deuce would imply there was something solid that landed.
Man. Come on. Hang on, I gotta get the taste out. Oh God.
It's not a
man.
It's not a over yet, dude.
Oh God.
So I'm there, dealing with the situation, and a kid comes into the bathroom. He starts crying and leaves.
Mars, make him stop. Make him.
I imagine Kristen and Mars sitting at the table.
You made a little boy.
Long time.
You made a little boy cry in the Blackbird Diner by. Oh God. The bad man in there with the carrots on his shirt. Pooped, Daddy. Oh. The kid would not have been able to describe it. He did not stare through the crack in the door. Oh God! Thank God.
Yes. He just turned around, cried.
But why is this the Blackbird Diner's fault? I guess I don't get that.
Because I ate there and then it happened.
Well, let's just say that's not my experience. All of my experiences. Here's the thing for anybody who doesn't know.
That was only my experience 1 out of 10 times. So 90% of the time, you'll be fine.
We have a little bit of time. And let me see, Black.
Have you tried their banana cream pie, dude?
This is what let me bring this up here because there has to be pictures involved here.
I went back there again. I've had it since then, and I didn't have the massive diarrhea the next time, so it was fine.
I didn't have a problem with eating there.
No, I only had a problem there once.
Locations, menus. No, I need pictures.
It came right out and it was done. I was okay.
Pictures.
I felt great afterwards.
Why don't I have pictures here? Dessert. Let's see if this is going to show. What
we got some coffee. We had a great time.
Yeah.
This is not what I'm after. This is not what I'm after. Let me go back here. Images. Here. Okay. Okay, we're getting closer. Let's.
You're looking for a picture of a Blackbird Diner?
I'm looking for specific pictures.
Pacific. Coast of the Pacific.
So let's see. We got
Ocean. So you're looking for the specific black bears of the Pacific region.
This kind of gives you an idea of what we're talking about of the size of the plate. Here's Johnny's.
Oh yeah.
Big ass chicken fried steak
right there.
But this
it's big ass and it's
this, my friends. Actually, this is different. This is that's not the diner I was looking for. What I'm looking for is a picture of when you first walk in this place and you see the pie selection. That's what I'm looking for, and I can't believe that's not like the first picture I'm finding here.
For pies?
For pies.
Did you search a Blackbird Diner pie?
I guess I need to do that, don't I?
Add pie to your search term.
There we go. Why not? Because why
or
not?
Or you could just look for Mr. Hanky.
I spelled it wrong. There we go. That's okay. So there's
there we go.
There we go. That's yes. So this is what you see when you walk in, is a huge container full of this is chocolate. They got chocolate. They got the key lime is to die for. The
I haven't tried the key lime yet.
Coconut cream is good. The banana cream is awesome, as Sir Mars knows.
Dude, are you trying to say I should get a banana or a key lime pie delivered to my door?
The key lime is awesome. It's actually lemon. It's actually lemon pie. I'm sorry.
Should I just have it delivered to my door?
It's lemon pie.
Next time you go out to Cali, you need to go swing by Hayward, and there's a black bear right nearby.
And the whole thing is, I mean, these are like fatt guy's heaven. No kidding. Absolutely, freaking
everyone's heaven.
It is, but the thing is, they're like little pies. Literally, it's not like a piece of pie. It's a pie. It's a whole pie, but it's small. I mean, but still, I said, it's about 2-3 pounds, something like that.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. I mean, it was just like, and of course, guess who can't have it right now?
You know what? Those make great breakfasts, though, dude.
This guy. Oh, they have everything's great there. I've had.
Their pies make great breakfast.
Oh, well, absolutely. They make great. There's actually what we've found ourselves doing, even if we don't go there while we're in California, is we'll drive by and pick up a pie on the way back to the hotel. Is what we'll do.
I just get them delivered. I don't want to leave my condo.
And then you swing by the grocery store next door and grab some Cool Whip to play a game of Find the Pie.
Oh, God, don't tease me, Johnny. Don't tease me. There's somebody in the room that hears you talk about Cool Whip that might go like, huh? What are you talking about? We don't know what Johnny's talking about.
You gotta hide the pie and then find the pie.
You gotta... Johnny, I don't know if you can say hide the pie in Cool Whip or whipped cream. Because I think people might think they might think the wrong thing. They might think you're talking about a completely different kind of pie. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there to see if it sticks against the wall.
Don't know why. If you're putting key limes there, I think the acidity is not good for that, but
there we go. Wow, anyway, we did survive. Hey, by the way, today is Sunday, tomorrow is Monday. Does that mean possibly that we end up with a Johnny show or what?
I need to send a weekly email to the Brian of Blues and see if he's in town or with the folks.
Oh, so speaking of said Brian Blues, did he get our message that one day we called and talked to his lovely wife?
Yes, and he did confirm that was in fact the one and only Brian's wife.
Okay, well let's hope, because who else? I guess it could have been the maid.
And that is the one and only time I have ever heard the voice of Brian's wife.
Wow.
And I am surprised she picked up his phone for him, but there you go.
Well, that was very nice of her. Maybe it came up as the Dune and Bob Show, so she picked it up.
Yeah,
actually, it didn't, because I called on Skype, so it absolutely did not. It came up with it could have come up with Dune from Zimbabwe, as far as I know.
It usually comes up with unknown.
Yes.
It came up with good luck tracing this number, because it's great fun. I remember the one time when Dark Druidic Witch was working at a kitchen utensil supply store.
Okay.
And we were calling him up there, and of course Gothard was asking about spatulas and wooden spoons.
Ooh, Spatula City! Spatula City!
That's right.
And started asking about what would be a good wooden spoon to use for spanking. And the manager of the store was not liking this line of questioning, and took the phone and started saying, "We got your number. We can call the police if you keep harassing us." And I replied back, "Why don't you read those digits back to me?" And she hung up on us immediately. So that's the great thing about working on Skype.
That's exactly what it is. Wow.
Go ahead, read that number
so
back
possibly
to me. 0000
001-000, right? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, pretty
wow.
much.
So hopefully tomorrow we'll see. There might be a Johnny show, or there might not be. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, check out the Twitter for the announcement of what's going on or not. Now, next 2 weekends, I'm planning on being out of town because next weekend.
Mars, you heard that, right?
What? I heard that. Did you record it?
Yes. Johnny's out of town next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
which actually works. I think the week of the 19th I'm traveling anyways, so it won't matter.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Dune. You have a paper shredder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And using paper shredders suck, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Gothard and Mike up in the camp in Maine, they build fires. So instead of shredding papers, I just save them in the bag and then I bring them up to Maine and throw them in the fire. So that's why I gotta drive up to Maine next week and get rid of all those blank checks for my credit card.
Gotcha.
Because they keep sending them to me.
NHB Radio is the site. Use it often, use it wisely. Thanks for people tuning in. I appreciate it. Don't forget live shows every night. As long as you consider 3 nights a week every night, hey, it's cool. Mars. Take care, guys. We'll see you.
You too.
Game over, man.
Good night.
I'm glad that's over.
Man, that was awful.
Boy, I know. You know what I hated most? What? Everything stuck.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Let's blow this joint.
It's time to blast off for Dreamland. Don't go away mad. Just go away.
Let's call it a day. Everybody, go home.
Good night, lady.
See you later, alligator.
Go in peace. Sin no more. I'm out of here.
Now, run along and play with your little toys.
Oh! It just gets worse and worse.
Please come again.
I have exorcised the demon. This house is clear.
Not.
That's all, folks.
We are leaving.
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Oi, shoot the radio.